up, Shady Sports? I'm back here with another special guest, Mr. Lewis Chandler. Lewis is a offensive lineman for the Green Bay Blizzard. Lewis, how you doing today?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, get right started here. You're from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Memphis is known for a lot of different type of things. What's your experience with Memphis?
Uh, Grew up there, born and raised. A beautiful city, but it has its ups and have its downs. But you have to look at the beautiful part of it, which is downtown, the pyramids, and um, the Mississippi River, and just having a great time with your friends and family. So um, it's a beautiful city, but it definitely have its ups and downs for sure.
Besides yourself, who's the greatest athlete ever to come out of Memphis?
Greatest athlete to come out of Memphis. I want to say Penny Hardaway or Lorenzo Wright.
All right, yeah, those are two good names. Penny was really good back in the day for the Orlando Magic. Do you think that John Morant has left a positive impact on the city of Memphis?
Yeah, but he also got sucked into that down part of Memphis as well. Kind of being out of character and stuff like that. Probably hanging around some people that he don't need to be hanging around, but that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna either get sunk in, or you're gonna fight your way kind of out or be different. He kind of, I felt like he kind of got sucked in by what I'm used to seeing. So he's kind of paying for it now. I wish he would just play basketball and be a basketball player, because that's what a lot of people look him up as. Him getting in trouble and stuff like that was just not a good look. But he's such a great basketball player because he still have impact on kids. So I feel like if he come back this year and change his character, I feel like he'll have a whole lot better career going on from here on out.
I 100% agree with you. So going into high school in Memphis, how do you balance that kind of outside noise with academics?
Having to stay in the classroom, having to stay in the weight room, making sure that's what's important to you. We had tutoring in high school after after school ended. So it was tutoring, football practice. You had to live, go outside to practice, and then it was time to go home. It really wasn't no time for outside stuff until the springtime, until the season was over. That second semester, but that kind of pretty much had everything on lock. It was class in the morning, tutoring in the afternoon, weight room right after, then hitting the field. By that time, it's 5 o'clock. It's time to go home, eat dinner, get homework done, and do it all again tomorrow, the next day.
So after high school, where did you attend college?
First, I went to Dodge City Community College out in Dodge City, Kansas. Went there for a year and a half. I played 2 seasons there. Got my associate's degree in just general studies. Played D-line there, of course. That's right. That was my original position. I played defensive line there for 2 years. My first season was pretty good. Second season was okay. Got my grades up. That's the reason I went to Dodge City Community College. It was a second chance, and I took advantage of that and got a higher GPA so I could move on.
So Dodge City, that's one of the schools mentioned in the show, Last Chance U. Community college, is it really that, I would say, tense per se?
Oh yeah, it's definitely that tense. Especially during the summertime in the beginning. It definitely gets tense because it's a lot of in and out. And so what I mean by that is it's a lot of people coming in and there's a lot of people leaving. But it's all about who survived. You know what I mean? How will you survive, honestly? And you seen a lot of faces. Like the coach was saying at the beginning of practice, you see all these beautiful faces here. Watch how it chopped down, and watch how many leave, and watch how many come. And so that was kind of a real thing. And you really seen a lot of people come, and a lot of people go. But yeah, you just had to really buckle down and survive. How bad did you really want it? That's what it really came down to.
So after Dodge City, where did you end up going?
I ended up at East Central University in Ada, Oklahoma. I went there for a semester. Was there, left there, and went to Langston University in Oklahoma, HBCU. Played 2 years there at D-line. COVID hit that second year. Went home, and then played those 5 games they had that came back after that. that COVID when it was released or whatever. And then we had that full season the next year in 21, 22. I changed my position to O-line, and that's when the whole transition of D-line to O-line came about. But ever since then, everything's been great since I made that transition. Things was great when I was playing D-line too, but I went to O-line, man, and my life kind of changed. So,
would you say O-line is easier than D-line, or what's harder, would you say?
Offensive line is harder. D-line is hard on the body, but then offensive line is kind of harder on the mind just because you have to do a lot of thinking, and then it's harder too because physically you're going backwards, right? And you have to stop a man going 100 miles per hour forward. So it takes a special talent for someone to stop somebody that's, almost the same size as you or maybe bigger, and stop them in their tracks. It takes a special kind of person to play D-line as well. Offense too is about a lot of angles and stuff like that. So you have to be kind of dialed in into like your technique and where you're going and how you're going and how you're going to get that to that person that's faster than you and stuff like that. So offense was a lot of more thinking. But I was really ready for it that I didn't think I was. Got a call late during the offseason and had to really buckle down and change my training and change the way I was watching football and watching film and stuff like that. So it was a great process, but it was definitely different.
So after college, what was the recruiting process for you looking like for the pro level?
First I didn't have a pro day at all. And so that was one of the things that was kind of major. Went to the HBCU Legacy Bowl, which was the first one ever in 21. Played there in New Orleans. We played in the Tulane Stadium. Practice was cool. You talked to a lot of different coaches and stuff like that. But nothing was, real promising or nothing like that. It was just a great process or a great moment to have with an NFL coach. And then after I left that, kind of went home, and then that's when the phone started ringing after the HBCU Legacy Bowl game. A bunch of indoor teams called me and stuff like that. Had a lot of conversations with a bunch of coaches, and that felt great as well too. Sometimes you get discouraged and sometimes down on yourself because it's not where you thought you would be, but sometimes you have to take the opportunity at hand. And that's kind of what I did, man, because when I looked at what the indoor football league was, I was kind of like, man, I don't know about this for real, but I took the opportunity as soon as I got done with the HBC Legacy Bowl. I left school, went home in March and did some training. I got a call to Duke City, and yeah, man, it was kind of a uproar from there. Honestly, I can't even put it in no other way.
So you went in the beginning of the year. You were the Vegas Nighthawks down there in Vegas. Mm-hmm. You had a running back down there by the name of Darius Geis, who played with. What was your experience blocking for him like?
Blocking for Geis was fun. It's because he was an NFL guy, so you made sure he was always on point and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he was a kind of running back that not kind of, but he made you correct. So say if the block wasn't the best or you got there and it looked like this or it looked like that, he kind of made you correct. You know what I mean? So great running back, great guy. I hope I get to see Darius again. So, yeah, that was pretty fun, though. Shout out to Darius Geis, man.
So, also your quarterback, I feel like when you have a running quarterback and a running backs like to run downhill, it makes it harder on the offensive line. Like they have to be ready to go. Down there you had Daquan Neal, who's like an all-time leading rusher in the IFL. What were some skills that you had to be ready for when Daquan was ready to take off?
Really one of these scares, just when you blocking for Quan, you just make sure you have like they say, oh, you got 3 or 4 seconds to, hold your minute. But Quan kind of think like turn your clock off. It's just because he's so shifty in the backfield. And then when you turn around, you can't really see behind you. So if you block as long as you can or like have no clock, like just stay on your man, he'll make something happen. And that's one thing I like playing, blocking for him because he'll make things happen with his legs. He'll also throw the ball, but if you just stay on your block as long as you can, he will make something happen. And that was kind of pretty cool to, be his O-line for as long as I could. And, yeah, he was very shifty. Some of the things you see in, like, blocking for him and seeing in person is kind of, like, crazy. Like, how the way he run over people and then how he made people miss and stuff like that. Man, it was crazy.
So mid-season, you were kind of traded, which is kind of something we really don't see in indoor ball.
Right.
Green Bay Blizzard. What was your reaction when you were first traded?
Disappointed in myself. Really just felt like I couldn't do what I needed to do for the franchise. But I take everything as an opportunity. I take it as that God is putting you in a situation where it's better that you just don't see. And so I just stood big on my faith, and I took a chance, came to Green Bay, and Green Bay's been nice. And so we got one more game left in Tucson, and I just really can't complain about the opportunity and the lessons that you learn with indoor. Yeah, getting traded mid-season is kind of a thing you really don't hear, but it happened to me, and it probably happened to other guys. But to the other guys that it is happening to, or that's not getting the opportunity, keep your head up and keep faith. One of my teammates today, Marquise, he talked about that. Marquise Irvin, number 8. His word of the day today was, stay in your faith, keep your faith. No matter how bad it looks, or no matter how crazy it may sound, or weird as it may look, you just got to keep your faith and keep going. So, to the guys that's out there that's watching this or that's going to watch this, keep your faith at all times, no matter what the situation is.
That's really important, to keep faith and just keep believing, keep going forward. Obviously, Green Bay, you guys were, I believe, eliminated from the playoffs, but you play spoiler with Tucson. This final game, is this your final game in the IFL, you feel, before next year you maybe go to XFL, CFL?
I don't know. We're going to keep all opportunities open. We're going to keep having great character, because you never know where you'll end up. You'll never know who you'll need or nothing, or who you ever meet. So we're going to keep having good character. We're going to get in the XFL. We're going to try to go to the CFL. We're going to try to make it big. It's just all about keep trying and never keep giving up, keeping your faith, for sure.
Are you going to be at the Combine on August 4th?
August 4th? Yeah, they was talking about that. We're going to get some more information on that, but I for sure will go.
It seems like a pretty good opportunity. I heard it was only a $20 so really good.
It's really nice opportunity, for sure.
So now I feel like the off season is kind of creeping up on you. What are your off season plans? Like, what does your daily routine look like in terms of work and training?
Definitely gonna get back into work, making your money. I did a couple applications already, but usually what I do is teach and work in the hotel system, so hospitality. It's kind of the two things I like to do. So I might get back into that. Stay training, try to, lose this off-season weight, get better, cut down, start eating better and stuff like that. Which you try to eat better during the season, but it's realistically kind of hard. But once you get home and you can eat how you want to, cook how you need to, and stuff like that. So that's going to be the major thing, is to eat better, but just train better as well too. Give your body enough time to, heal, relax a little bit. It's a lot of guys going to take a few weeks off, maybe a month. And that's what I like to do. Give myself a month, get back into the workflow, make sure I get everything I need, get a couple checks to, put in your pocket, and then it's time to hit the road running again. So that's what the off season really looks like: working and staying in the gym.
100%, stay on that grind and just keep it smooth. So Lewis, I want to appreciate you coming on. My final question for you is, where do you see yourself personally in 5 years, and what is your biggest piece of advice for the youth?
I see myself in 5 years probably coaching. I want to say college ball, and becoming a firefighter as well. Those are two things I want to do. So next 5 years, I should be either in somebody's fire station or somebody's coaching room, or somebody's coaching staff. For the youth, take high school serious. Don't be a person that has a lot of what ifs, and be different. Take high school serious from 9th grade to 12th grade, just because you can have so many great opportunities. Don't look at college to be a fresh start, because that's how I looked at high school. I mean, at college, because I didn't do so great in high school. So take high school as serious as you can. Go to class, be proficient, ask questions. Don't ever be scared to ask questions. If it's a coach, if it's your parents, if it's a teacher, if it's a syllabus. I mean, not syllabus, but what am I trying to say? A family member. Ask questions, right? What was the next thing I said? Take high school serious. I just had a brain fart that fast. But y'all can replay and go back to the last two things I said. But I just say I really sit on that, is because like that probably is the quote to stay with, is take high school serious. Please. If it's nothing else you get from this, take high school serious. Stay in your books. It'll help you in the long run, honestly. Because I'm a teacher, and so I see it all the time, right? And so, like, I really push my students to stay in their books, study as hard as you can, as long as you can, and as much as you can to understand. If you don't understand, ask questions. Like, don't ever be scared to ask questions. So, yeah, that's my word to the youth right there, for sure.
Yeah, that was really impactful. You know, I've done a ton of these, but don't be the what ifs, man. That's
the what ifs. Yeah. What if, for sure.
That's real stuff right there. But Lewis, I wish you the best of luck in your journey. I'll be definitely tapping in with you here real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
And I'll see you at the pop.
Yes, sir. You have a great one.
You too.
I'm a game changer.